Okay, following on from our previous video about why karate is ineffective as a martial art, the fallout. So it got posted on a few forums, it got shared about a little bit on Facebook, and then the inevitable comments come. Leaping to defense without actually listening to what I was trying to say. Now, as I stated clearly in the video, it's not the techniques. The techniques can be found in various other forms of martial arts which are commonly accepted to be effective, proven to be effective. So whether it's modern combatives, whether it's MMA, whether it's Muay Thai, whether it's Krav Maga, whether it's, I don't care what it is. The techniques are not the important thing. They're universal. An elbow is an elbow, a knee is a knee, a headbutt is a headbutt. Without, small bits of nuance, it's the same damn thing. But what sets things apart is the mindset required in order to actually use these techniques. So yeah, I fully agree. Kata are comprised of very deadly techniques, very effective techniques, proven to be effective. We can have techniques in the kata, as I said in my last video, whereby we ram the finger into someone's eye, whereby, we smash the throat, whereby we, break a joint. But do you have the mindset required in order to actually apply that technique? Because if you don't, then the techniques are relevant. You could have, an assault rifle, but if you have neither the ammunition nor the mindset required to actually squeeze the trigger, all you've got is a metal stick. And this is the way karate, for the most part, is practiced. Now, you might be doing all the right things. You might be pressure testing your art, You might be applying against realistic attacks from a partner or whatever it might be. We're talking generally here. Most people are not. So if you are, great. No need to be defensive about it. It's cool. We're talking in generalizations here. So what can we do to make the art a little bit better overall? Now, one of the tenets that karate is based upon, this idea of karate ni sente nashi. There's no first attack in karate, or karate does not make the first move. It does not take the initiative. If we apply this to the context of a martial art, whereby deception is key, whereby momentum is key, whereby being first is key, you see, we're already playing off of a back foot. So the whole premise that underlies the whole art puts you on the back foot. Whereas other martial arts, even traditional ones, I might be talking about, the Southern Mantis or a lot of the Chinese styles in general, whereby you are taught to go forward, go forward, go forward, and be first. The morality aside from all this is taken out because it's never assumed that you're fighting an idiot, that you're fighting someone who's not a threat to you. And again, to come back to some of the comments that were made on the last video about, well, how do you know if they're trained or not? It's irrelevant. An untrained person, in many respects, is more dangerous than a trained person. As I said before, they do unpredictable things. They do things that you would never expect a human body to be able to do, but somehow they pull off some weird, crazy angle or some movement you've not seen before. You're not expecting, and they're the ones that catch you. They're the ones you're not prepared for. The untrained person in the street often has, less bad habits than a trained person. They've done less pulling of their techniques. They've done less compliant partner practice. All they know is their body's gone into emergency state and they're gonna get the hell out of it by whatever means possible. I've had people in my previous job whereby, I said to you before about, having my finger knuckle deep in someone's eye and them having no reaction to that. I've had an occasion whereby I had a person stuffed against the wall. He was actually in his underpants, believe it or not. And I was uppercutting him straight in the testicles. Every strike, a good uppercut, good strong uppercut. Straight into the ball sack. 3-4 times, zero reaction. So again, for those who are, practicing their bunkai, practicing their application, practicing their two-man partner exercises, if these drills are built upon a pain withdrawal reflex or a predetermined response or an expectation that we do this, then he does that, you're setting yourself up to fail. Because in my experience, that you cannot expect anything. You cannot predict anything. It will always be unexpected. Nothing you do, don't expect any of it to work. And if you have that in mind, then you won't be caught on the back foot because you're already getting that next move primed, ready to go. We keep going until that threat subsides. Now, martial arts now, a lot of people commented, well, what defines a martial art? We're getting into wordsmithery. And this is the way the world's gone now. Now it's about being a wordsmith. Now it's about your use of language being the main weapon at hand. This is why traditional martial arts become the way they do. It becomes a scholastic, what do you call it? There you go, I'm showing my lack of wordsmithery right away. But it becomes an intellectual endeavor. How clever can I be with this art? Now, make your art stupid. Make it dumb as you can. Idiot-proof your art. Make it so that any fool can apply it. Make it so that on your worst day, in your worst physical state, in your most mentally tired and drained and panicked and afraid state, you can still do your art. Not on a good day under perfect circumstances. Not when the partner's doing what you expect them to do. You need to be able to train your body to go to a state of stress, to be able to go to dark places whereby you don't want to be there for too long, to be able to do things that make you extremely uncomfortable, both physically and mentally, and learn how to operate inside those realms with confidence and with composure. If you can do that, technique becomes irrelevant. Whatever you do will have good effects if you have the right mindset required in order to apply your art physically and, most importantly, mentally with the correct intensity. I don't see how you can argue against that. We don't live in fairy tale land. So, go into your art, apply it with intensity, apply it with real conviction, and move away from this notion that you can predict anything. It doesn't work.